Assalamu alaikum, this is Suman Khan, your English language instructor, and today I'm back again with another amazing video. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you some vocabulary words or phrases that you can use in your IELTS writing or speaking test and get higher bands. Or if you want to achieve 9 bands in IELTS, you must use these advanced vocabulary words and phrases. So, First thing first, we are going to use introduction and opinion-based vocabulary words and phrases. So the first one is undeniably. Undeniably means there is no doubt about it. Something that is 100% true or something that is a fact. Okay? Next, it is imperative to acknowledge, which means it is important to know. It is imperative to acknowledge that when you want to say something that is important to know, you can say it is imperative to acknowledge that, okay, to know that, to accept that, okay. There is no denying in the fact that. Now, it also means undeniably, but in another way, okay. There is no denying in the fact. That means that this thing is actually a fact and no one can deny it. This is clear. Now, the next one is from my perspective or in my view. That means from my point of view, okay, or in my opinion. So from my perspective or in my view, okay, it means in my opinion, according to my point of view, okay. Next is the prevailing notion is that. The prevailing notion is that. Prevailing means something that is common. So it means the common belief is that, or the common belief that, okay, which means most of the people believe that thing, okay. The prevailing notion is that. It means most of the people believe that, okay. In argument and discussion based essays, you're going to write on the flip side. You should write on the flip side instead of writing on the other hand or on the opposite side. You should write on the flip side, okay. Next, a compelling argument in favor of. A compelling argument in favor of means a strong reason. A strong reason. Okay, next, conversely or in contrast. That means you're comparing something. That means opposite to what was just said. Opposite to what was just said or just mentioned. Next, while some may argue that. While some may argue that. That means you're saying while some people might not agree to this thing or introducing an opposing point of view. Introducing an opposing point of view to which people may not agree. Next, the notion, however, is flawed because. The notion, however, is flawed because that means the idea is incorrect. The thought is incorrect. Okay? The idea is incorrect. That means that the people they often think of this thing as to be like this, but this is not that way. So you're going to say the idea is incorrect or the notion, however, is flawed because. Okay. Now let's talk about the vocabulary for agree or disagree essay when you're agreeing or disagreeing to some approach or statement. Now the first one is I firmly believe that. Now here the word firmly means strongly. I strongly believe that, or I am confident about my opinion. Okay? Next, one cannot refute the fact that. One cannot refute the fact means refute means deny. It means you cannot deny the fact that. Okay? That means it is impossible to deny. It means it's a fact. Next, it is worth noticing that. Worth means important. So it is worth noticing that means it is important to know or it is important to observe. Next, the merits of this approach outweigh the drawbacks. The merits of this approach outweigh the demerits or outweigh the drawbacks. It means the advantages of this approach are greater than the disadvantages. Okay? Merits means advantages and demerits or drawbacks means disadvantages. So here we are saying the benefits are greater than the disadvantages. Next, the argument holds water because. Now, the argument holds water because means that the argument is valid or the argument is logical. Okay, holds water here means that it is logical or it makes sense, or you can say it is valid. Now, when we are talking about advanced words, when describing about trends and data, we are going to use these advanced vocabulary words as skyrocketed, soared, escalated. Skyrocketed, soared, escalated. It means increased quickly or rose sharply. Okay. Next, plummeted, declined, or dropped sharply. Now it means declined or decreased sharply or decreased quickly. Okay. Next is fluctuated or undulated. Fluctuated or undulated. That means kept changing, sometime rising, sometime going below the line. So increase and decrease. There is an increase and decrease. That means it kept changing. Okay, fluctuated and undulated. Next is reached a plateau. Reached a plateau means it stopped changing. Stopped changing in a sense, stopped increasing or decreasing, started becoming constant. Okay. Next, remained relatively stable. Now, remained relatively stable means stayed mostly the same or stayed constant. Okay. For this, we are going to say remained relatively stable. Okay. Now, talking about personalities and people in IELTS, we use these words such as meticulous. Meticulous is used for a person who is very careful and pays attention to every small detail. Next, dogmatic. Dogmatic, this word is used for a person who refuses to listen to anyone's opinion or who refuses to consider others' opinion. In other words, we can say a dogmatic person is stubborn. Next, resilient. A resilient person is the one who has good stamina, is strong, and is able to recover quickly. Next, astute. Now, astute is used for a person who is intelligent and very sharp. Okay. Next, versatile. Now, versatile. This word is used for a person who is able to adapt to different tasks or situation. Who is able to adapt to different tasks and situation. Next, impulsive. Impulsive is used for an impatient person who acts without thinking anything. Okay. Next, introverted. Now, introverted is a person who is socially inactive or prefers to stay alone or prefers solitude. Next, extroverted. Now, extroverted is a person who is socially active, has a friendly nature, and likes talking to people. After that, there is pragmatic. A pragmatic person is practical and focuses on realistic solutions. Okay. Next, quirky. Now, quirky. This word is used for a person who is strange, unusual, different, or maybe interesting. Now, you can use the vocabulary for science and technology as groundbreaking innovation. Now, groundbreaking innovation. Innovation means discovery. So, groundbreaking innovation means something new, a new invention or a new idea. Okay. Pioneer research. Pioneer means new, latest. So, this means new and important research, a new research that is of supreme importance. Next, technological advancement. Now, technological advancement means new changes with the, as the advancement of technology, with the advancement of technology or modern technology. A double-edged sword. Now, a double-edged sword means something that has both advantages or disadvantages, or something that has both good and bad side. Next, revolutionized the industry. Revolutionized means brought change or changed something. So, revolutionized the industry means changed the way the industries work. Okay, changed the way the industries work. Now, for environmental or global issues, we are going to use the vocabulary words as carbon footprint. Now, carbon footprint means environmental impact or the changes that occurred because of the environment. Next, biodiversity loss. That means an end of a particular species or a decline of a particular breed. Okay. Next is sustainable practices. Sustainable practices. Okay, so the word sustainable practices means eco-friendly practices like go green activity, growing trees activity. Okay. Next, alarming rate. Alarming rate means at a rapid rate or at a higher rate. Next, eco-friendly alternatives. Now, eco-friendly alternative means green substitute. Okay, green substitute, which means an alternative option with something natural, alternating something with something natural, or just like I gave you the example of go green activity. Now, the vocabulary for education and learning. The first one is holistic development. Now, it means an approach that helps a person grow in all areas. Okay, holistic approach means an approach through which a person can learn in all areas. Holistic development, sorry. Next one is intellectual curiosity. Now, intellectual curiosity means eagerness in learning. That means interest in learning, or curiosity in learning something. That means you also ask question while learning something because you're interested. Okay. Next, hands-on learning. Hands-on learning means practical experience. Practical experience or doing something. If you're learning something, you're practically doing some sort of experiments to learn that particular thing. Okay, so practical experience. Next is a stepping stone to success. That means progressive step. A progressive step. Next is outdated curriculum. Outdated simply means something that is not in use, something that was classical or old. So for this, the meaning is obsolete syllabus. For health and lifestyle, we are going to use these vocabulary words. The first one is sedentary lifestyle. Sedentary lifestyle mean inactive or unhealthy habits. Sedentary lifestyle means unhealthy or inactive habits. Next one is nutritional deficiencies. Nutritional deficiency means lack of nutrition. Next, mental well-being. Mental well-being means emotional health. Next, chronic illness. Chronic illness means a long-lasting or a long-term disease. Next, preventive measure. Now, preventive measure means a proactive action. Proactive action. Okay. Now, these are the phrases that you can use in your conclusion paragraph for a higher band score. The first one is, to sum up, it is evident that. To sum up, it is evident that means to summarize, it is visible, or to summarize, it clearly shows. Okay. Next one is, ultimately the benefit far outweighs the drawbacks. Okay. It means overall the benefits surpasses the drawbacks. That means there are more advantageous than disadvantages. Okay, so taking everything into account. That means considering all the factors. Taking everything into account means taking all the factors. Okay, considering all the factors in light in light of the evidence provided. Now, in light of the evidence provided means based on the facts or based on the facts or based on the statements, the true statement that you just told. Okay,